Navigating the world of sleep tracking can feel overwhelming, especially when you're a new parent desperate for rest. After all, sleep is a precious commodity, and you're not alone if you're fixated on optimizing yours. I've documented my sleep patterns meticulously, and if you overhear my conversations at Tom's Guide, you'll likely hear me referencing my Oura stats. For the past year, I've relied on the Oura Ring 4 to monitor my sleep, following my experiences with the Oura Ring 3 before that. This long-term investment in sleep quality made me curious about how Apple's newly introduced sleep score would measure up. As a regular user of the Apple Watch, I had been eagerly anticipating the arrival of its promised sleep score feature. For anyone unfamiliar, this feature provides a straightforward score ranging from 0 to 100 that reflects the quality of your sleep. However, on the very first night I used it, I was disappointed that Apple didn't integrate the sleep score into the morning summary. A missed opportunity for immediate insights. After a week of comparing both the Apple and Oura sleep scores, I finally sat down to assess the results. It's important to note that determining which device is more accurate is no simple task. I'm not a sleep expert. Additionally, the erratic sleep patterns I deal with due to a teething toddler leave many variables outside my control. Understanding Apple's sleep score system. Apple's sleep score is presented as a number out of 100 and represents an analysis of various aspects of your slumber. This includes the total duration of sleep, the frequency and duration of awakenings during the night, and the proximity of your bedtime to your usual schedule. Each sleep score is categorized into 5 classifications: excellent, high, okay, low, or very low. Apple clarifies that these classifications do not necessarily indicate how rested you feel upon waking, but rather how restorative your sleep has been. Contrasting sleep scores, Apple versus Oura. Here's a snapshot of the sleep scores generated over the past week. Date, Apple score, Oura score. All dates range from Sep 12 to Sep 13, 98, 84. Sep 14, 78, 76. Sep 15, 98, 79. Sep 16, 100, 81. Sep 17, 97, 80. Sep 18, 98, 78. From this table, it's evident that my Oura sleep scores were consistently lower when compared to Apple's throughout the week. While it would be premature to label Apple scores as inaccurate based on such a brief testing period, there was a notable disparity in the first few nights of my analysis. During this week, I was feeling under the weather, catching a virus my child brought home from daycare. In contrast to Apple, which reported a sleep score of 98, the Oura Ring flagged concerns with biometric indicators that suggested my body wasn't recovering effectively. Signs such as elevated body temperature and an increased breathing rate during the night. Examining the specifics of my sleep tracked on September 15th reveals some discrepancies. Apple recorded that I achieved 7 hours and 23 minutes of sleep, with a breakdown including 37 minutes of deep sleep, 2 hours and 12 minutes of REM sleep, and only 3 minutes spent awake. Conversely, Oura logged 6 hours and 48 minutes of sleep, indicating 1 hour and 4 minutes of deep sleep, 1 hour and 37 minutes of REM sleep, and an hour spent awake during the night. The latter explanation for this variance stands out. Despite not recalling being awake for an hour within that time frame, it's plausible that my feverish state and restlessness went undetected by my watch. In developing its sleep score, Oura evaluates 7 distinct metrics, including the proportions of REM and deep sleep, sleep latency, and overall sleep efficiency. Additionally, Oura considers all sleep phases, including daytime naps. Perhaps Oura adopts a more stringent or critical approach to sleep scoring, whereas Apple may lean toward a more optimistic perspective. Either way, I intend to continue this comparison over the coming weeks. Join the conversation. So what are your thoughts? Do you value the assessments provided by Oura, or do you prefer the Apple Watch's scoring approach? Which device do you find more accurate or helpful for optimizing your sleep? Let's chat in the comments below. Are you skeptical of the data these devices present, or do you find it reliable? Your insights could spark an interesting discussion.